Hello and welcome to Assetto Corsa Competizione in VR. This is build 3, it's Paul Ricard Circuit and the BMW M6. So we'll have a look at both of these, we'll have a quick race, and then after that we will look at multiplayer hopefully. Oh, they've gone already. Now I'm not a massive fan of this track. It's a testing track predominantly. It has hundreds of layouts, which means it's just cones everywhere, which is a bit of a pain. There's nothing really distinctive about this track that makes it unique. You've got lots of coloured areas to the side of the track, but they are differing grip to slow cars down that go off track. This is a really tricky corner if you don't know where it is. You just go straight on. But anyway, let's just try and survive the first few corners. I haven't set the AI too high. The Assetto Corsa AI is pretty good, and I'm not pretty good, so I want to have a fighting chance. So, first impressions of how it looks in VR. Well, it looks a bit crisper. It's also moving a bit smoother. There's still a couple of frame rate issues. I've changed my mirrors to medium detail so the cars just don't vanish, but now it looks as if they're floating. Anyway, this car, nice really. Brakes are a bit soft, probably adjust those, but it's quick, sounds good, looks good. So I'm quite happy with the car. Tricky corner, hug it close, that was alright. Drop it down a couple of gears. Big sweeping right hander, the decreasing radius. That Audi's done well. I've started 21st in this race at the back. I had a quick go on this 10 minutes ago just to acclimatise myself with the circuit layout. You know, a couple of technical twisty bits here, coming down to first, up to second, back down to first, and then it's the start finish straight, and this is just a long blast. But one of the things I don't like about this track is the other straight is just huge. There's no need for it. Stick a chicane in the middle or something, or go around one of the bends. Sneak through there. Is he coming back? Yeah. So I'm happy with the mirrors. Now I've changed it to medium. Down 2 gears. Down to the left. And drop it down to first. Tight corner. Accelerate up, get the second, coast around here, and then start the power up. Third, drift right, pull left, and now up to the top for this enormous straight. I mean, this is a good track for GT racing. It's nice and wide, there's plenty of overtaking opportunities, but this straight is just ridiculously long. It must just be a couple of 100 yards short of the maximum allowed by the FIA. It's 1.8 kilometres or something, gone a bit wide there. That's not a problem. Down to third, decreasing radius. Around the edge of these little sausages. Oh, just bring it back in. Okay, second gear. Drop it down to first with this left, tightens up, now accelerate up to fourth. I like to try this track in the Lamborghini actually. Now back down to second, then pop it into first in preparation for the tight right hander back onto the start finish straight, and off we go again. You know, quite like to try this in the Lamborghini. Lamborghini is a quick car. The sound on this car is really good. It's really annoying that again I can't get these in-game head-up display without fiddling with a file. I don't like fiddling with files. It should just be a stock option, which is really remiss. But once you've learned the layout, and it took me less than 10 minutes to learn the layout, so less than 3 or 4 laps, and to get the gearing right is straightforward. So you can crack on with this track fairly soon after getting on it. Really not a fan of Misano, the last one. Too small, too narrow, too superbike focused or MotoGP focused. This one's much better. Okay, we're not doing too bad. On the display that you won't be able to see, it does tell me the splits to the cars in front and behind, but the font is so small it just can't read it in the VR headset. This is a nice flowing track. There's a few good medium to slow corners where overtaking is possible, and you can always get to the first gear corners to overtake like we have here. So we've got 3 Mercedes in a row, a green one, a red one and a blue one. Let's try and catch up with those as quick as I can. This has got a really weird steering wheel as well. The Bentley was really weird, but this one is odd but not as weird as that one. But I'm not really going to stare down at it. You can't really take your eyes off this track. The red and blue stripes off to the side do make it very distinctive, but it's an absolute eyesore. And it's just flat, completely, everywhere. There's no really raised curbs. At least the surface is good. They keep refreshing the tarmac on a regular basis, so you're guaranteed a good smooth ride here. Unlike other circuits that I race on, like things like Sebring and Detroit Belle Isle, which is a road racing track, so the surface is never going to be great on that. But they do a lot of testing here for tyres, so the surface has to be perfect. You can hear the tyres sort of squealing there, the car's just moving to the outside.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Okay, halfway, that's alright. So we're going to catch up with these cars as we get to the start-finish straight, roughly, because they're going to slow right down here, especially as there's 3 of them. There we go. Right, let's see how we can get on here. Should better take this one before the next corner. Okay, so we get ready to break down. Oh, he's hit me. Oh, blimey. All over the place. Well, that was ridiculous. Well, I've lost 5 places there. Shouldn't be too difficult to get most of them back. Will I catch up with the Mercs before the end of the race though? But there's no damage on these cars at the moment. They've turned damage off, so you can have a whack like that and just carry on as if nothing's happened. I do like the Lambos. Graphically this is a lot crisper. Yep, it's very noticeable. And there are still, as I said, a few frame rate issues in the headset. Upon viewing the playback, especially of the last couple of videos that I did with the Magic VR fix employed, it looked a lot smoother on the recording than it did in the headset. But obviously when you're racing, the headset is what you're looking at and you need that to be smooth. So I don't know why there's a bit of a difference. It's probably some tiny technical setting. But in the headset at the moment, it's alright. It's the most playable it's ever been. We'll just get past this Merc. But there's just a little bit of shuddering, and when I'm moving my head from side to side, it's not smooth. Graphical level is pretty good though. Apparently the multiplayer is practice mode only, so you go to a track and people are just hot lapping, and that's quite disappointing. Okay, we'll have this Audi. Thank you very much. There he is. I was wondering where he'd gone. Try and get this corner right, gone a bit wide there. This is quite good fun. The tiny graphical problems in VR could obviously be smoother, and that would make the overall experience a hell of a lot better, but at the moment this is the most fun this game has been. So with every build we are getting a good improvement on the experience. Driving wise it's fine, no problem at all. This race engine is awful. Just doesn't give you enough information. It's not really a race engineer, he's not really a spotter, it's just tells you how long you got left and you're doing alright. There's those Mercs again. Right, come on. Need to catch back up with those Mercs. Slightly too wide there. But this is the case now where it's on build 3, so if you want to buy it now it's more expensive than if you bought it from day one. But anybody who's buying this now probably won't be that disappointed. It's still cheap. You've got 3 cars, the Lamborghini, the Bentley and the BMW, this one. You've got 3 tracks, Nürburgring, which is excellent, Misano, which I hate, and this one, which is kind of in the middle. It's nice to drive, but as tracks go, it's just dull. Couple more laps. Nearly up with the Mercs. They're going to slow down here drastically. Right then, I think I should be able to catch them by the end of this half of the track, and if I can then get round them on the other straight, we shouldn't have the problem we had last time. I mean, the aggression of the AI isn't set that high, so God knows what it's like when you wang it all the way up. They really need to sort that multiplayer out though. Get it off of practice onto a race, because that's what's going to make this game live or die. If the multiplayer's poor, then no one's gonna stick around. Right, get past one Merc, nice and close, and off we go. Get a good run on the second one. The third one seems to be out of sight. Okay. Right, he's tucked in behind. Get this corner right. Just ease off a bit. Yeah, it was good. Okay, that will keep him behind me. Drop it down to fourth. Starting to drift out a bit. Down to third. Get across the inside there. Get a little bit of extra speed. Right, back down to second. Down to first. Now up we go. I'm not going to catch the next Merc. I'm back up to sixth. And this is it, I think. Yes. Okay. Sixth place. That was alright. Enjoyed that. Apart from the Merc, the Merc smashing me off the track. Anyway, let's see how it grinds me to a halt. Oh, there it is. No power. Down to first, and everybody stops. So that was pretty good. 21st to 6th. Let's get out of this. Go back to the main menu and try multiplayer. Okay, right, let's select multiplayer then. Again, you won't be able to see the menus. And there's an error. Let's try again. Refreshing the server list. Still waiting. And there's another error. Oh well, so it looks like we can't get onto multiplayer today. Hopefully a bit later. Anyway, that was quite good fun. Racing was good. And thanks for watching. So I'll see you next time.